Matty Matheson, truly a Canadian icon, TV star, YouTube host, dad, food empire, and now a singer. A few months ago, Matty Matheson started his brand new band Pigpen along with some of the guys from Outfit and Alexis on Fire, playing a show in Toronto, announcing two more, but now they've released their album, Mental Madness. In the time of recording this video, the album came out yesterday, so it's very fresh. I got the chance to listen to it like 4 or 5 times now, and I wanted to sit down and actually do a video on it. Because there's a lot of awesome new material coming out this year that I'm really looking forward to. I really wanted to look at this one. Because this is an album that Matty did not need to do. He's got a lot on his plate already, so it's super cool that he's doing it. But I've also heard a lot of hardcore fans saying this is nothing more than a cheap cop-out or just a corporate cash grab. So I wanted to actually sit down, listen to the album, and see if that's true. So let's get right into it. So for those who don't know, Pigpen is Matty Matheson's band, and along with Matty Matheson, Wade McNeil from Alexis on Fire, Danielle Romano from Outfit, Ian Sky Romano from Outfit, and Tommy Major from Outfit as well. And if I mispronounce anyone's names, I apologize. Frankly, when I first heard a little teaser of the album, I thought the album was going to be a lot slower than it was, but hearing the first song of the album being Rabbit Beach, this album's aggressive as shit. And on top of that, it has such a strong start to the album. And when I say a strong start to the album, what I actually mean is the first 5 songs of the album are all so strong. They're all aggressive, they're all heavy, they're all in your face, but also they don't all just sound the same. One of the few negative things I will say about Matty's singing is that he's very kind of one note, but also this might be a band where that works really well. In no way am I saying he sounds bad, I'm just saying his singing style for this is a little one note. Other than that, Ian on the drums is unbelievably strong. It just cuts through the mix every now and then. And you just hear how just powerful his drums really come off. And for a lot of the songs at the beginning of the album, Wade and Danielle have awesome guitar riffs that are just so damn heavy and sound perfect for this album. Also, this album has an extremely live feel to it. Like, there's a few moments that I don't think are perfect, but also humans make mistakes, there's imperfections here or there. As someone who's played live and recorded, I can promise you there's always going to be some imperfections. But also, I kind of love to hear that raw live feel of this album. They could have went and polished everything up and cut the songs so they start when the song starts, not just feedback. But seeing all those things really make it feel human, which, after seeing some AI crap on Spotify recently, I appreciate that more than ever right now. My only real complaint towards this album is the mix. You have a lot of songs where, as I mentioned, the guitar cuts through, or Matty's vocals are perfect, or the drums cut through, but I don't really hear that much in the way of the bass guitar. Had it be turned up just a little bit, I would have actually really appreciated, but again, that's the only thing I can really say about this album. I don't think it's as bad as And Justice for All, but it could be up a little bit. The other thing I'll say about this is the album flows really well. Like, since all the songs aren't the exact same, like, they all have their aggression to them, but they're not all the exact same. The album has this really natural flow to it, and the song picks, or the song organization was done really well. And one thing that makes me really happy with this album is it sounds like it was made to be played live. The only song where I feel like it might not be perfect live is the closing track to the album, which is called XJXLDX, which, if that means anything, I'm going to put it up here. If not, that's the name of the song. But it's the one song of the album that doesn't feel like it would be perfect live, and it just really isn't my favorite song of the album, but I will say it's one of the most unique songs of the album. It's still heavy, but it's dialed back a little bit, and one of the things they actually use in it is what sounds like distorted wind chime. And it's not like they're the first band to ever use wind chime in it. Hell, there's wind chime in Megadeth's Holy Wars. But it gives this, again, really unique feel to it, especially since they use almost a minute of distorted wind chime at the end of the last song. And one thing I find crazy with that last minute of this distorted wind chime, there is about 30-40 seconds prior to that of distorted wind chime and like guitar feedback and just kind of noise. I'm not saying noise is a bad thing or that it's not music, it's just noise. It's not that. There is a lot of bands who do rely on noise as just one of their features. One of their gimmicks even. As much as I don't believe that Pigpen is a noise band, there is a fair bit used on the album. If you actually got like all the guitar feedback and that noisy outro and put it all together, you probably have about 2.5 minutes. And that's worthwhile saying because the album itself is 24 minutes and 14 seconds. 10 songs that all collectively come in at 24 minutes, with the final song of the album being a bit over 6 minutes long. The bulk of songs of this album are all under 2 minutes, which that itself is very unusual for me because my favorite song ever is Iron Maiden's The Legacy, and that's about 9 minutes long. So that's just kind of how I go towards things. So seeing an album that's all primarily under 2-minute songs is kind of super fun for me. So my thoughts on the album. I actually think the album's a lot of fun. I think the album is kind of a refreshing just punch in the face. And despite being a little bit more raw than some of the other albums, it's still a well put together album. It's not as crude as something like old G.G. Allin, Misfits, or Venom, but also it's not as polished as a lot of the stuff you get now. So with that, I do find this album to be very refreshing. The only thing I'd mention is I like to see the bass a little bit louder on the album. But that's honestly the only thing I need to say about it. It's raw, it's well put together, it's not over polished. And also, since I'm walking away from this album with a really positive experience, I'm obviously giving it a good review. But even with that, I need to say, go check this album out. This album won't be for everyone, but also it's 24 minutes long. Time-wise, this album's really not a big commitment. It's 24 minutes. Go check it out. If you like it, great. You have more music in your catalog. And if you don't, well, you checked it out. I do believe this album won't be for everyone, which I think is actually a very, very big point to this album. It's not going to be for everyone. If Matty wanted to go make some Nickelback, Hoobastank, Imagine Dragons bullshit, and would just bang out a copy-paste background noise album, it would be so successful. And it would get into the hands of so many people, and it would be a corporate cash grab like some of the hardcore fans think he's doing. But since he made a very raw, thrashy, crossover hardcore album, this really isn't going to be made for everyone, and it is absolutely not any kind of cash grab. This album's awesome. Go check it out. But anyway, as always, I want to know, what do you think? Have you got the chance to listen to Pigpen's new album? What's your thoughts on it? And if you're going to be going to see him at either this date or this date, what pork products do you want to be cooking on stage during the set? Let me know in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching. Like, subscribe, enjoy the review scene. I tend to post a couple times a week, and I'll see you later.